Told you earlier on that we're going to be engaging the hospitality sector. The hotel industry in Kenya is projected to grow at a compound annual increase of 7.4% despite the many challenges it faces. Now I'm joined by Rob Kuchera, the District Director of East Africa, Radisson Blu. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Rob. Starting with the status quo of the industry, we know the peaks, which is coming from December. A lot of people are traveling. Now we are in January. How has been the business so far?
If we have a look at this year, 2020, and we look at January has been a predominantly slow start for the industry, exceptionally slow. I would say even tougher than last year, January. However, there has been a slight recovery for February going forward, and may that pattern continue, may that increase month to month. We obviously know that we're coming from quite a down year last year, 2019, after the Dusit attack, and I foresee a recovery within this year, but we just don't know for how long. So I still foresee it to be a tough year, 2019.
Compared to 2020. Let us look at the dynamics of the industry, because things are changing. We're just chatting here and you're saying that, you visit any country today, and with an application, you can be able to get accommodation so easily. Airbnbs, they're all over the place. Yeah. And this is competition to the traditional hotel industry that we know. How is the hotel ecosystem and hospitality at large changing with this change in times and technology?
I think, let me start off with saying that the beginning of 2020 in January, the market has declined. I'm talking particularly on the accommodation side, has declined by 4%. And on top of that, you have Nairobi, where there's an increase of 26% of inventory coming in 2020 into Nairobi, with all different brands opening hotels. That is excluding the Airbnbs. So is the Airbnbs and all these applications making it tougher for us? Absolutely. And that's why I said it's going to be a very tough year for the market, first and foremost, to improve, as you said, by 7%, and thereafter to get your fair share of the market is going to be very important. So I still foresee 2020 as a recovery tough year, if I can put it that way.
Recovery tough year. And the process, take me through the process in terms of, because it won't just happen. There has to be, intentional effort to make sure that this recovery, however tough it is going to happen. So what are some of this, expectation, and also as an industry player, what are you planning to do to make sure that this recovery is swift?
Well, obviously what we are doing as the Radisson Hotel Group is we are trying to be innovative, we're trying to be different, and we're trying to be relevant to the current day as such. So in other words, currently we have 3 properties within Nairobi itself, and we're leveraging off those 3 properties to ensure that we get our fair share of business away from our competitors, even no matter how big the pie is, to ensure that. And that's the first and foremost step that we're following going forward for 2020 specifically.
Definitely. You speak to any Kenyan about the hotel industry, and oftentimes it's backed on tourism, travel. But there's the issue of conference tourism in terms of, making Kenya and Nairobi and other major cities as conference hub. There's been a lot of cry from the hotel sector and, industry players towards this regard. Do you think your cry is being heeded?
I think the cry has been heeded, and I think that His Excellency Minister Bilala is taking heed of that, because, as you mentioned, the MICE business, the meeting and events and the conferencing business, does bring a huge amount of money towards the economy, particularly in Nairobi, if you look at it. And that's not only from the accommodation sector, it is across the board. It's from restaurants, going straight through the people that supply the restaurant, that supply the hotels. All of those are affected by that. So the more conferencing that we have, and the more we market Kenya as the growing hub within East Africa, as we all know it's supposed to be, that is going to be essential for Kenya.
Yeah, definitely. And we've just taken a look at the side hustle report. And, one of the areas that are very vibrant in side hustle is agriculture. Now, I was trying to take a look at hospitality in aspect to side hustles for people already working and they want to invest somewhere to get some more money. And hospitality is quite low. Are there factors contributing towards that low ranking?
Well, obviously your investor has a look at how he wants to invest going forward, whether it is into real estate. And once you start developing the real estate, then he gets investors and he gets people telling him that he should be going into hotel business or he should be going into apartments. And how that figures out is eventually ends up with a hotel. And if you take our hotel, the Radisson Blu Upper Hill, it started off with Cairo that wanted to open a 40-bedroom apartment. Mm-hmm. And it ended up to a 272-bedroom hotel, mm-hmm. 5-star hotel within Nairobi. And then you move forward from your investment.
Definitely.
And you try and get a return on investment from that.
Definitely from that. But let's hope that 2020 will be a smooth, even though tough recovery, as you've mentioned it. Thank you very much,
thank you,
for speaking to us. Okay. So at this particular moment, we are taking a short break right here on Business Today. We shall return with BBC's Money Daily, and thereafter, you shall see this face.